And so this brings us to the end of our screenings for today. Just to say, I want to thank very much our funders, the Arts Council of Ireland. I would like to also thank Mermaid Arts Centre and the Whale Theatre for its support for this year's festival, and also Dance Ireland for hosting our intensive dance training, this Wicklow Screen Dance Laboratory. And also, just to say, we will have some comments on these last beautiful films that we've seen. And we're so delighted that we have Lucas with us here, who created the first film, Sartori. And one last thing to say is Emer will have to pop off our call before 6 p.m. because she has another appointment. So I want to take this opportunity to thank both panelists, Emer Byrne and Owen O'Reilly. Thank you so much for bringing this great conversation and this deep interrogation of the pieces. I also want to thank all of the artists very much. A lot of work, a lot of time and a lot of dedication goes into creating these pieces. So shall we just have a look at these three films? Are there any comments? Emer, is there anything you would like to say?
Yeah, well, first of all, Sartori was just a masterpiece, actually. It blew my mind. Just one thing that stood out for me as well was just the timings of when the special effects would come in and enter into it. And for me, that was just, it felt so perfect and just so right in the development of that and how it built. And then also just in general, there were some moments actually with the smoke, and then towards the very ending when it's the reflection, it's the two dancers, one in black, one in the neutral color. And as the kind of smoke meets, it actually, a reference point I had was Akram Khan's piece, Dust, which, just popped into my head as well at that moment. But just, the smoke, the little prisms, just the timings of them was just phenomenal. Just overall, a really amazing and well-considered piece. Yeah, so huge congratulations to the artist. And I know you're here today, so just really well done. Yeah, I bow to you. Wonderful.
Like every shot was so beautifully composed, even from the very opening shots and when the dancer stood up first, that's presumably a abandoned industrial space, but the lighting and everything was so beautifully controlled, where we had the light colored floor against a dark background, and then the light was catching on the neutral colored dancer against, it just was so beautifully framed and beautifully composed. And then, as Emer was saying, as you went on then through the film, the way the shots became that little bit more complex. And then just at that moment when it changed to the dancer in the darkened room with the very dramatic side lighting, it was just, it stepped it up then, just when you're, it was going so, and then it stepped up to another level again, which was it was stunning. And also the whole increase of the movement as well at that moment, and when it changed to that different lighting state, and it was almost bringing in that second dancer, that darker figure. It was lovely.